the Gambinos really ran the decavs, right?
No, I was privy to that because of my skipper. My skipper trusted me enough. I knew very, very intimate conversations. I knew very intimate details of how things worked because he had a plan for me. He had a future for me. And I didn't ask for that. That kind of developed.
Oh, wow. Right. So he kind of told you how it really worked with the Gambinos and the decavs.
Yeah. Yeah, as simple as when Jimmy Smalls had, early in the case, he was trying to win me over, and he would say to me, "Well, my uncle's a captain. My uncle's a soldier," and that was how the conversation started. And I knew exactly what he was talking about, but I can't go, "Oh yeah, what family?" So I play stupid.
Yeah,
I'm a biker. I come from a biker background. I look like I do now, right? I didn't look like a biker. I was a biker trying to infiltrate the mob.
Yeah.
And again, Jimmy trying to win me over was my uncle's. Oh, he's in the army. Like what? No. So I made you work for it, right?
Yeah.
And then when I met Charlie, I did the same thing. Hey, I don't know how this works. I don't want to misstep. And he actually, when I became in, and when I got into good graces with Charlie, he wanted me to come out. Come out, and I write about it. Come out to Vegas. Come out to Nevada. We need to have a conversation in person. And, he was very, very big. He just didn't have diarrhea of the mouth and start telling me these things. He was very cautious.
That's why I was surprised. He's known for being a very tight-lipped guy, a tight circle guy. And to give some context, so the previous show I was with a made member, we had a show together, and he said it was often when somebody was on paper or the big money guy or whatever, you're a captain with nobody under them. And that was Charlie. He was on paper, or at the very least, he was a skipper, but he didn't have people under him, correct?
Right. I hit it at the right time, Tom. I mean, I came into this thing as he was coming out, from a long bit.
Yeah.
And then he was looking to rebuild. And then he came out. We knew, intelligence knew, we actually knew the night he got made captain, that was long before I infiltrated, like not long before, but that was before I infiltrated. So we knew that, we knew he had gotten made. He got his button. We knew where.
Captain by name only, which is such a weird. If you
there's reasons for it though, because one is if you're on paper, you can't fraternize. Number two, it might be a positive thing. You might be like kind of a money guy, like you might be a money guy, but not a street guy. So it's like they want your money, they'll give it to you as a token thing, or opposite, you're a fucking numbnut, but they got to keep you around. So they put you. So the way Panisi explained to me, there's a few reasons why somebody would have to be a captain with no people. That's why, because I was scratching my head, and every time Giovanni, every time I call him, I don't know, he doesn't always pick up because he knows I chew his ear off. But the thing is, that was my thing. It's like, how did you get so close to a captain? And that's kind of why.
I think you have a crew underneath you. Your crew does the work. And
well, and again, Charlie is a unique person, right? He's a unique he's a gangster's gangster. Make no mistakes. That guy's been a gangster since birth. He didn't need anybody to teach him a life. He taught the life, and he still could. The stars just aligned for me, and it just, my mannerisms, whatever it was, sparked something in him. Or I can't speak to that. Whatever happened between us. But he is, from here to the old world, he's respected. This is a guy that he's not afraid. If he had an issue with you, he'll drop you right where you stand. He's not looking around. He's not, nothing's happening nothing's happening that he doesn't care. He doesn't care. When a guy looks at you and says, listen, I kill more people by accident.
Yeah.
And he's dead serious, like he's a gangster's gangster. Yeah. So he didn't have to ask permission. He represented that family. He lives and dies Cosa Nostra.
Yeah. So this is from one of the viewers. I'll toggle back and forth. Giovanni, there was simultaneous undercover FBI operations at the time in Chinatown, San Francisco, and Vegas named Operation White Suit. Did you have any role in that operation or with that agent?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Yeah. That's the other thing, guys.
He's a like now that he can't talk about certain stuff, guys.
Well, that's what, like, he actually has another phone that says, Tom, I can't talk about that. And he just plays it over and over. He goes and plays golf, and 4 hours later, he checks him.
Well, you know what it is. And I could talk about this. Like, you know, getting this book vetted by the Bureau was not a pretty thing for me. They didn't welcome me with open arms. They didn't. So, you know, I got to be careful what I put out there because, you know, I don't want them coming for me either because I said something I shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
You know?
Nope. All right. I like this one. It's from Bruce City. He's a good fan of the show, good viewer of the show. Would he go undercover in Elizabeth, New Jersey, knowing the same case again, if he had the choice to do it all over again? Or would you decline knowing the cross that he carried?
I wouldn't change anything because it got me to where I am today. It got that case to where it was. I was just, you know, again, the stars aligned for me. Looking back, I probably should have said, you know what, this is a little too close, but I was hungry for it. The Bureau was hungry for it. You know, you know, a lot of people come to me and say it couldn't have been anybody but you, Giovanni. It couldn't have been, you know, because anybody else, you know, even when I infiltrated the Black Panthers for a short time, I did it as, you know, as me. You know, it's not like I did. It was because I understood it. I can breathe the air that they breathe. I could survive in that water, you know. And again, by that point in my career, there was nothing I didn't see, nothing that shocked and awed me. You know, I had seen plenty of death. I had seen plenty of violence. I worked homicide cases. I've seen bodies butchered. You know, nothing that these guys, nothing that's going to make me like, you know, take a second. When I tell you what, when I got invited down to Peterstown, to do a walkthrough, the feast, that was crazy. You know, I kept saying to myself, I got no business being here, man. I got no business. You know, and
I think you had to be looking around like, oh my God, somebody's got to know me, right?
Yeah, but you know what, Jay? The thing that bothered me the most about that, it reminded me so much of my childhood.